Words of the Spirit 10:11-24. Death delight, demonic deceit. I speak unto you this day, and I say, be aware that the demonic powers that are unleashed in these times have encompassed multitudes with the deceptions as to how wonderful it will be to break through to the other side. In order to get vast multitudes to enter into hell under the spell of demonic powers, the devil is making an all-out campaign to let people know that death welcomes them, and death without salvation brings celebration. However, what people by the thousands and tens of thousands are failing to realize as they accept the enchantment and the enticement of the death cult is that death without redemption through Jesus means hell forever. It is not going to be a big party in hell with plenty of sex, drugs, drink, and the violence that comes of partying. Instead, those who believe the lies that are being blatantly propagated will bring forth death and damnation, and there will be no going home or sobering up, for hell is inescapable. There are literally millions of people who are caught up in the death cult that has brought forth the whole spectrum with the various aspects of the death culture. While the devil presents the death holiday, Halloween, as a harmless chance to flirt with the dark side, and the exhibition of skeletons is a very popular medium to use, all is deception. The purpose of the deception is to entice people into the imaginary and delusion-filled confusion of the invitation to damnation that is being put forth. There are some even now who are powerful figures in national and political dimensions who are proponents of the death culture. These ones, having sold their souls to the devil to gain power, are blatantly declaring their agendas, and the death that accentuates their agendas is showing itself. Those who are perceptive are becoming more and more aware of what is happening, and they are blowing their whistles to alert more people to the agenda that is really in place. This agenda is centered on death and the destruction of human lives. While the agenda uses catchy titles and phrases that are elusive, their agendas are being openly exposed and declared by some who know the truth and are finally telling the truth. Do people want to listen to the truth? Most still do not, for they have been drugged into an imaginary world of fantasy and delusion, and they are drunk and dizzy on the same. The cold reality of the truth that the devil wants them deceived, dead, and damned is too much for the weak and effeminate men of today. The power-driven, mannish women are bent on gaining the powers they believe they are meant to gain, and so they will cooperate with any plan or plot that gives them power. So, what is it that is evolving? A death campaign throughout the world to cause men and boys to want to be women, and women and girls who want to be men. Little do these persons realize that the agenda they are proclaiming and blindly inducted and seduced into will bring them to the chambers of hell in the end, and there will be no escape from the same. If you stop and consider why these things have such a hold, it is because the devil is just that, the destroyer, and the agenda he operates under is always the same in every generation: kill, steal, and destroy. He is a dirty fighter and a continual liar, and has been a murderer from the beginning. Therefore, those who are stupid enough to fall for his lies will be enthralled with the death delight that is waiting with open arms to receive them as soon as they can make the flight from this world. Dumb and becoming dumber by the day, these death worshippers are led into the trap, and traps snap shut. Once they are trapped, they cannot escape, and their end is devastation, destruction, and damnation. How will they ever escape? They will not, for they have been taken into the trap that was laid for them, and their only future will be hellfire. What has made people so susceptible to such deception of demonic conception? Of course, it is because of ignorance, dissatisfaction with their lives and their relationships, and of course the media, which is an ancient goddess who rules with a fist of iron, and her minions pump out her message continually. People come under the hypnotic spells and do not even realize that they are being controlled by dark and evil forces that want them to be dead and damned. Over and over, the scenario repeats itself, and the victims are younger and younger as time progresses. It is really tragic that those who have claimed to be my people have not kept their integrity in me. Instead, they have opened the door and embraced the world and its deceits. By their spiritual adulteries, they have become weak and enfeebled with the sin diseases that are in the physical and spiritual dimensions. Then, of course, they are not able to withstand the onslaught that the devil and his demon-driven gang throw at the multitudes, and they are swept along with the floodwaters of death. As my true united believers do not listen to the demonic rantings of the media's minions, for they are sent to breed deceit and unbelief in me, as the one true God whose power and glory remain. You are not meant to be deceived nor duped. You are meant to remain clear, clean, and literally fighting machines against all of the wiles of the wicked. Be thankful this day that you can find lasting delight in me, and not in the delusional fantasies that death culture extends to people in death and hell.